Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is to bring you up to speed on my two tulips that I've completed, and I've started fiddling around with the bird. I should have come in and started filming, but I was sitting there totally engrossed in a movie and I just had some bits of thread left and I was in amongst all those sorts of tones, and little guy over here is a drift of these colours. So I'll just show you the finished tulips. Really happy with them. Combination of ribbon, wool and pearl cotton. And as you can see, our little guy here has similar feathery sort of tones, and I thought I'd better stop and sort through my threads for the bird because he's very grey and black. So I went through my ribbons and I found this lot. Even that guy's got a little bit of greeny grey in him. And I thought, well, we'll have a play. And the other thing, I've got also my cottons here because I have a feeling we're going to need a few extras. Yeah, definitely that. That's a green. That really should be in the greens. It's not a grey. Some lighter ones, some really light ones. And we've got a bit of cream happening on his tummy. So maybe some dirty greys. Maybe a little bit of gold. There's so many colours in there alone. That's the thing with watercolours. Once they start sort of splushing watercolours around, I think we're going to need a bit of black and maybe even a bit of that. That's enough. If we need any more, we can also, go and have a little look. So I'm thinking that's our little bird. Now, I haven't quite finished with the yellows and oranges, but I sort of felt like I'd reached my limit with this little cluster. So I did want to have a little look, sort of thinking over here. Maybe we could bring in maybe a little bit of apricot. He's a pretty bird. So how are you all? Good, I hope. I was going to start on the tulips, but in the process of looking for some greys, I realised that that is all the ribbon that I have for the tulips, which is still a lot, but I started to panic and I've gone to Colour Stream's website and placed an order for some more of these sorts of tones. So next week, if the order's not here, I'll start playing, with what I've got. See, even that one could come in. I think I'm going to need everything I've got because I can at least get started, but I did place an order because it's sort of the colour. This burgundy tone is definitely, here comes the fudge, is definitely right up my alleys for tones. I use them all the time, and I actually, as I've used the colour streams, I've kept this little tag and just kept it in that pot, and that was great because I was able to have a look at each one, the size and the name of it, and then refill. And it definitely was a hit repeat because there were colours that were, that's more of a mustard. Put it, I don't know, I don't think I can use that colour. I think I've got that a little bit wrong. I think it needs to be actually a mustard tone, to be honest. Let's just go revisit. It's just a little bit too fresh. Yeah, that's better. Anything else that could come in there? Maybe this guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is better. Okay, false start. Let's start again. Just a series of colours just there. And then throw in these sorts of tones. Gosh. And start looking into some of these images on this fabric. It's just beautiful. It feels like a crowbar that I'm dragging through this fabric. It's either going blunt or it's just big. So just filling in little bird with splotches of paint, in brackets thread, to create this little guy, using the artist before me to guide me. No need to reinvent the wheel, girl. Unless you get to an area where it just doesn't quite make sense or it's really muddy. So you need to sort of make a decision. Or I guess if you don't have the colour, just go for it. I'm thinking I'm going to fill most of this space in with this mustard. And then come back in with that lighter colour. So there's a little line of creamy grey there as well. So I don't want to get too far down. I've got to leave that little gap. Gosh, when you eliminate some of the colours like I've just done there with that mustard, I now can sort of see that there could even be a lemon tone. But I think the one I picked out will do the trick. Might just sneak down here with a few of these stitches. Can't hurt, just drift a few feathers lower. That'll save him looking blobby. This bird's feathers tend to blend as they lay down over the top of each other. So I'm just going to sneak a little bit of this down into here, because that could nearly be a brown down there. So much thought into a tiny space. Let's end that off before I just finish it. And look, you don't need to do hundreds of colours. You can certainly simplify your image, whether that be a flower or a bird. So a lighter tone. This will be a good one, I think, because it's going to help that ribbon blend with that one I just laid down, that orangey mustard. Usually I save the birds till last. I do flowers and all the stems and things like that, and then I come back and finish the piece with the birds. But he was just talking to me. I had scrappy bits of ribbon left, and I just, started working on his chest, and then I looked at him thinking, if I don't stop, I am going to have him finished. And you guys would have been, oh, good one, Corinne. You've shot ahead without us. Yeah, that's really pretty. That's just softening right through there. Can you see? Bring that up to the camera. See how it's got a more softer apricot-y goldeny tone to it. And I might just sneak a few stitches up into that zone. Those dark orange stitches there, they are lazy daisy stitches, just for something a little bit different. Yeah, that's good. Good, 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 good. So the plan is, once I get this orange settled here, I would change colours completely for down the bottom there, and it even gets a little bit pinky grey, purplishy in under here. Now I do have a bit of a leaf popping up on his torso there, on his belly. I'm not going to stitch that in because that's the holly that was printed on the fabric around him. So we're going to disguise that. We're not going to work on that holly. I might leave it at that for the stitch there and go back up here. So this will be riveting viewing for you as we work our way through this little guy. Could have even done some more lazy daisy stitches there and made it a real feature. We're changing tones here too. There's a little chocolate line there that denotes that there must have been a little feathery cluster, but I don't think I'll stitch that in. I'll just leave it as this. Yeah. I just pop a couple up in here to break up that harshness of those lines, just to soften that bright orange. It was left over from outlining the tulip, and I thought it was good that it did pop up over there. It doesn't need to be as strong now that we've... What have I done? I've caught the knot. What did I just do? No, it's all good. Good old stranded cotton. It's great when you use 1 or 2 threads. The moment you start using 4 or more, even 3 at times can be problematic. It just starts doing its own thing, and then when it comes to a big furry thing like this, it's hard to thread. But I've got them, I own them. I've got lots of great colours, and sometimes there's just that perfect colour, you know, that you just want to shade in something. So I still use them, even though it's not as much as I'd probably go to a pearl cotton. Now, I think we need a little bit of chocolate. Before we go and change his colours, I think I just want to I just want to darken up a few little spots. This is sort of equivalent to, I guess, picking up a black pen and sketching in some lines. I feel like we need to do this underneath his neck. That sort of finishes this little colourful breast of feathers that our young fella has here. Just a little bit through here. I'm going to need a lighter tone as well, I think. I like it when feathers change direction too. You get a bit of a, oh no, that might be enough. You get a bit of a, I guess a windswept. Might put a French knot there. It was a white dot, but I'm thinking we're going to put a French knot in there. Thinking we might do another one there. Why not, I say. And then down here, there was a little line that I stitched over, and I said I wasn't going to do anything with it, but I'm going to put it back in. going to trust that the painter or the artist wanted something told there. I might bring it right up here, just to nestle in there a bit. And then I might just drop a few little random chocolate spots elsewhere, just to make it look like he's got, you know, little feathery spots. There we go. Now there is a little bit of mustard out here, but we might make that chocolate. I'm stitching past him a little bit so that I'm securing those edges and that we don't have them fraying. I'll probably come down through there again with a little grey, but I just want to lay in, I think, a little bit of brown. Yeah, just sort of creates that shadow and dark. I could probably even put a little bit down there. It's not really showing up on the TV, so it is for me here. Trust me. We needed it down there. Okay, enough mucking around with those boring colours. Let's pop them away. I'm just itching to get into the grey. And the ribbon grey. So can I use that needle? Yes, I can. It's a crewel needle. So what did we find? I've got, whoops. Don't know if I want green to pop up, so we might eliminate him. Yeah, let's be bold. It probably is very thick. I think that guy will be great for softening everything, but we need some nice bold, distinctively grey. My phone's pinging. Must be something exciting happening. Yeah, we need some distinctive, bold grey strokes of feathers, I think. And depending on how this behaves, I might even go down to the tail feathers with it, but I definitely want to give him quite a feathery little throat here. That's it. Oh, hello, beautiful boy. Look at you. Oh, gosh. He's going to have a very feathery little neckline. Be brave. Grab out your ribbons. Especially when you're doing birds, like you can get away with all sorts with bird feathers. It's starting to twist, but that is giving me a smaller presence with my ribbon, which I'm not too concerned about because it is a big, bulky ribbon. Oh yeah, hello little fella. Gosh, you're a bit of a fancy pants. All right, I'm going to take this scrappy bit and head down to his tail. I don't have a lot there, but I'm thinking that I can get, gosh, there's so much work to do, guys. Look at it. There's nothing there. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what we can achieve here with this. Let's cover the whole tail. Can always take it out if it looks silly. There we go. Oh, I like that. Have I got anything darker? No. I might come up again. And again. Let's just use what we've got and see if we can get one more stitch. Talk about being miserly with her ribbons. You know how it is. They're such precious things. There we go. Yep, love it. Such a dirty grey, isn't it? Beautiful. Gentle fingers. Put the fabric scissors away before you clip the side of a needle. And then wonder why your scissors are jiggered. All right. So let's lay down then on, where's his tail gone? Come here, little guy. Let's do something with this. Slightly different colour. Oh, it's very crinkled. I need to iron it, don't I? And you know what happened last time I turned the iron on? I squinched up the ribbon, but it is turned down, so I should be able to iron it carefully. There we go. Leave well enough alone, girl. What happened to my needle? There it is. All right, let's get a little bit of this. And I'm wondering, before I wonder, let's just get one task done at a time, like get your needle threaded properly. I had the thought of doing a couple lazy daisy stitches there, but it might pull the plumage down too much there. So it might be best if I just very carefully place some stitches in there and not let it be too tight. Like a lazy daisy stitch would pull it right down. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to try and come up underneath all that and get a little bit further down. This is just to put a little bit extra shading into his tail feathers so he doesn't look too plain. If I had a variegated thread, you know, that would happen naturally for you. But it's just about getting those few little extra feathers just to help him out a little. Now, I'll stay away from there because I think I want to... No, I don't. I'm just going to go for it. It's a finer tail feather. And my thoughts was to go with that heavier one again, but I don't think I will because this is actually his wing. It's not his tail feather. This is his little wing. Or is it? Who knows? I think it's his wing coming out from behind. So we might just treat it a little bit differently. Otherwise it'll look like he's got two tail feathers. That's his wing. So that's coming down there and that's his wing. Oh, that's good because then I can sneak all of that up into there. This is his tail feather. Okay, I'm happy now. You guys were probably yelling at the screen going, no girl, I think I can see it now. All right, I'm going to put this ribbon through to the end, and then I'll come back with one of those grey cottons, I think, and stitch over it. To build up some more colour and tone. Yeah. So if that's his wing, this is cheap polyester ribbon. It's not the best. I might, see that's nearly blue down in there. Gosh, the more you look at that. There's turquoise now appearing. Goodness me, young fella. I think I'll use these remaining little bits up through here just to mimic what's happened in his tail and wing area by just popping a few little stitches of this up here, just to make it look like he's got a bit of consistency in his little body. That gets very dark through there, top of his head, doesn't it? Okay, just a couple. This thread, or this ribbon's just about done, I think. It's starting to get frayed edges. Okay. Alrighty. Don't know what brand this one is because I picked it up in a bundle of random threads from Purveyor of Textiles. So who knows what its history is. Alright. Now I'm thinking this dirty grey, bluey dirty grey, might be the trick to finish his tail off. And maybe we do some lazy daisies with it, just to make it feel like, or we could do a fly stitch, like it would look like a little feather. I'm thinking I'll stay with the lazy daisy, but let's have a little look. Let's see what we can do. It's going over the ribbon as additional stitches. Yeah, I like that. Just keeping my fingers light. Don't pull it all too hard. Just a little old chain stitch, lazy daisy stitch, just through here, just to make it look like there's some feathers happening. I think I did this with the blue jay, sort of layering. We might even take one past the wing and his tail. We decided it was his tail, didn't we? Nope, see, that's not joined together enough. The stitches broken, like it's not coming up in the same hole is what I'm trying to say. That's got it. There we go. And then I can take that treatment up right through there, so it sort of gives him a unified look. But let's maybe go up to the neck, and maybe we stitch a part of his head with this. and then ease into black and some greeny tones. Not going to see much of it because I'm very matchy here, but I'll just sneak it into the ribbon a little bit, and I think that'll help soften. It'll make it look like little pin feathers are coming down over that ribbon as well. Yeah, I like that. All of these tones that are pulled out will work. It'll be just a case of working through each area and changing out the thread when I feel like I've sort of drifted into another colour. Might just get back over there and work the back of his head. See, that to me looks like black coming through there, so I'm going to skip across that little line of black. Maybe even that wool. That would help bring a bit of a steely. Going to come out over his head. If he looks a little muddy, I can always come back and outline the little guy. I don't think I'll need to. I think he's going to sort of nestle in nicely with little feathery bits. So I can see a white edge from where I trimmed the green, the background fabric away from him. And that's just because the ink is sitting on top of the fabric. So when I cut it, the white threads underneath the ink have become visible. But I think I can sort of throw in a few little stitches out past there, just ever so subtly. It'll help with softening his edge too. It'll look like he's got little feathers across the top of his head. I think that's probably my last stitch. That colour's great. Okay. I think we've sort of got a feel for where we're heading with this little guy. What I might do is just put my nose back in the threads because his beak has mustard again and yellow and nearly green, but let's not bat above our pay grade. Just try and keep it simple and not, oh, everything's so bright. Maybe I've got to go. Maybe a bit of that. And maybe that. Let's have a look. We might work the top of his head. I'll leave it at 6 strands, and we might make the feathers sort of stand up a little bit, I think. Like they're a bit tufted there and not laid down. And then I'm thinking I'm going to get maybe 3 strands of that mustard and do finer stitching. Because it is the top of his nose, or his beak. They don't have noses, do they? So I think we can make the feathers sort of stand a little bit. Not too much, girl. You're kind of a bit big there. Bring it back down. Yeah, that's good. Little tuft. Now, that should help highlight the fact that we've got a little beak. Little beak in there. So I'm thinking, this was the thread I had before, wasn't it? Let's just grab 3. We're going from a really fluffy, feathery surface to a harder, more structured piece. Come on. I must have used a fair bit of this. I need colour 379 again. Got a little list in my phone, but never think to look when I'm in Spotlight or places that sell the DMC cotton. I must add 379 to it. Okay, how are we going to do this? Just keep your stitches small, I think. And I think I may need one strand of grey just to get a bit of outline back in there, because there's this little line that denotes that his beak would open at that point. And I think I'm going to need it. Otherwise, this will just appear to be a big blob. Trying to make it appear as if it's curved too. So I'm following the line of the beak with a bit of an angled stitch to try and get the feeling that this is he's got a bit of shape there. About to lose that grey. I don't not. Bloomin' cotton. It should undo. Come on. Don't not, you little so-and-so. Oh, don't. Oh, why'd you do this to me? Right in a crucial part of the little bird. There we go, we got it. I probably should have separated them and helped them to relax. The embroiderers amongst us would have been going, well, if you had have split them into single fibres and then laid them back, you wouldn't have this problem, Corinne. And totally correct. I feel like I need to go back and catch another stitch. Yeah. Okay, let's head on our way. I might even have to come back through with a darker cotton just to reinforce the toning that's in this little beak, but that can happen. I can feel that thread mucking around again. Oh, bless you, DMC. Bless you, bless you. There we go. I only need a few more stitches. And do you think it's going to go well for me? Probably not. Use what you got. I think once I get a little bit of outlining in there, at the moment it just looks like an orange blob. I think once I get, see, now is when the thread's going to go pear-shaped on me. I need one more stitch back up there. It's a little bit too sparse. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can pull this little beak together with a little bit of outlining, I think. Because at the moment it's looking a bit out there. Now, I think we need something a bit stronger than that. Give it a go, as in colour. A bit braver, but this might work. Unthreaded. I'm going to do a split back stitch where I pierce the stitch before, because I don't want it to look like running stitch around there. I want it to still feel like it is a softer line. Yep, that's good. Yep, we've saved the beak. There'll be black, a black eye, but there's a tone of darkness there above his eye in the feathers that's can't be black, but it's very dark. Otherwise his eye will look massive. It's very, I might even have to go that guy and then bring the black in for the eye, and we definitely need white in there. That's what will really make his little face pop. Now we need a sharp line here to get that beak back in. There we go. Here he comes. It's just pushing back that yellow a little. Mustn't forget to turn the iron off. I swear it needs an alarm. There we go. That's toned the yellow down. Whew, that was close. I thought it was becoming a big yellow blob there for a minute, but that grey has just softened it right back. Not that you can really see it on the camera, but looks good. So let's put this dark grey in around the top of his eye, meeting up to the bridge of his beak. How are we going for time? Plenty of time. So there's like these feathers that meet. I don't want to cover the white. Where the artist has put the white, I've got to put the white, because there'd be a very good reason for it. But there's this little bit of darkness there as well. Yep, got it. And then it goes up here a little. Yep. Then I'm going to sneak down to the bottom of his eye. Instead of bringing in another colour, I'm just going to stay in this tone. Not that you guys can see any of it, but anyway, I'm trying to give you a verbal description. Remember, there was a bit of black or darkness that went down past the corner of his eye down into his neck. This is the colour. That's going to come down into there, right down. even into those. Yep, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to put the black in. Then we're going to finish with the white, or at least very close to white. I've got this silvery grey out. Whether that's the right colour, we'll have to see. Sometimes white's just got to be white when it comes to an eye. So let's stitch in his little pupil. Nice little black. The eyes are everything. Once you get your eyes right, suddenly it's a little bird looking at you. There we go. There's his little eye. It's fiddly, but I figured we might get his little face done, and then I can go and relax and stitch the rest of his plumage. Okay, so let's now have a look at this silver. Is it the right colour? Yeah, I think we'll get away with it, but I think we only need a couple strands. You know, to me, that's not even the same colour, but I like it, so we're using it. I don't know what colour this is. I think I don't know, it's not white. It's not bright enough for the white. So we just need a tiny little stitch there. And then we'll go around the bottom there. They're just glints of white around his feathers. Remember, we are also trying to capture watercolour paints. Yep, that's enough. Don't do any more. So there's no actual glint in his eye. This is white little feathers around the edge of his eye. Or maybe it's the whites of his eye. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? So there's a little bit of something across the top of his head. I might bring in a little bit more of that wool. I think I had a scrap here. Yeah. Just needs a little bit more feathery work at the top of his little head. There's no use bringing another colour in, I don't think. This wool will be good to come down his tail here. Let's just give him upward feathers, I think, like a little crown. Yeah. That's good. Just need about 4 more stitches and then I can call his head done. Maybe 5. I might even just pop a couple little stitches in amongst that brown just to soften it a little so it doesn't look like it's a blob of brown. Just a couple. go. Good. Okay, I can take a breath now, holding my breath there for a bit. All right. Now I'm pretty confident that I could take all of those colours with me. I don't think I'll do any more of the ribbon of this size. I think I might just play with some of these scrappy bits. I'll definitely bring in a bit of that around here. Definitely need that one. That wool will reappear. Maybe a bit of black. And definitely those silvery tones. Yeah, pretty much all of them. But I don't think I need this guy. I think we've got enough of those. Okay, well, I might leave you all alone now. And I'm going to mosey on. Well, no, I'm not. I've got some chores to do first before I get a chance to sit and stitch later. But I've got everything I need to finish Little Bird. I might have to go hunting for a few blues. Like, it's amazing that there's even turquoise in there. But yeah, he's looking good. All right, guys, and hopefully by the next video, some more ribbons will have arrived that I've got some more options with my tulips. Okay, have a lovely day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.